Plus, ahead of their Big 12 showdown inside Kansas's game plan to stop Trae Young. See y'all at 6.
Our NBA doubleheader tomorrow starts with Rockets Mavs at 8 Eastern. Game followed by Celtics Clippers. Coverage tips off at NBA Countdown, 7 o'clock Eastern. And LeBron James taking to Instagram to congratulate his high school self on the achievement he will reach tonight. He is 7 points shy of becoming the 7th player ever to reach 30,000 points. Scotty, how do you feel about that?
I guess that's LeBron James talking to King James. I guess who's King James? Is that the younger LeBron? Or?
Brian thinks it's a little weird that King James would talk to King James about that, but Brian will give him the benefit of the doubt because he is a Hall of Famer. But Brian wonders if this was the best thing he's ever done and thought this out.
Timing also. And by the way, I saw someone that LeBron actually may have invented the 4th person in that tweet.
Oh,
so
good.
I appreciate you only sticking to the 3rd person.
Okay, well, give me some time.
While doing yours. Scotty, do you think he's going to reach the 7 points tonight?
Yes, I do.
All right.
He's got 800 consecutive games with 10 double digits.
Thank you to Scotty and Brian for joining me. Sports Nation's next. Today, Cavs are in chaos.
Kevin Love jumping in there. Kevin Love needs to jump in that dunk.
No, come on now. Boogie Nights in New Orleans.
Got it in, big fella. Got it in. He played like 8 games in one night.
He's making me look good.
Double
Time to
overtime.
move on from Dez? Question mark.
Should we answer now?
I mean,
seems like the quarterbacks have. They don't give him the ball.
like they have. Plus Robin Lopez. Wait, what the?
Oh, what? Wait,
what the what?
Geico commercial.
No.
Self-hitting. Self-hitting. Sports Nation. That's a Geico commercial.
Sports Nation is presented by Toyota.
Welcome to Sports Nation. Michelle Denise Beadle, Elsie Grandison, Marcellus Vernon Wiley Sr.
That's amazing.
We have a packed show today. Hall of Fame finalist Ty Jets QB Josh
T-Law in the house.
We'll both stop by a little bit later, and right now it's time to talk sportsy sports with juicy NBA drama. Cavs, complete and total turmoil. Yesterday they held a team meeting in which several players challenged the legitimacy of Kevin Love's illness that led him to leave Saturday's loss to OKC. Today he addressed that situation.
I feel like a target. I mean, I think most people were a target. You know, we're trying to figure this thing out. People hold themselves at a very high standard on this team, and you know we're a team that feels like we can compete at the highest level. So, you know, for us, it's not about me. I'm not going to make it about myself. I'm sure that with other guys it's the same thing, but the biggest thing is you know, moving forward. You know, for me, the thing I've always done is, you know, kept my mouth shut and I continue to work hard and try to be best for the Cavs. So, I mean, that's all I can do tonight and moving forward these last, you know, 35, 40 games, and you know, overall, just try to help this team.
Why is he the scapegoat every time? Why is he every single time? By the way, the whole country's been sick, so why wouldn't you believe it? Sick? That being said, who's to blame for all the drama?
First, I feel for Kevin Love because
too.
He's not sick in terms of the flu and the epidemic that's going around. He's sick and tired of this bull that's going on with these guys who are.
This is Disney.
Now stop short. Respect the Mickey Mouses. He's sick and tired of being professional when he sees a situation that is chaotic and unprofessional. We got an owner beefing with the best player in basketball. We have the best player in basketball not committing to a team that is the championship team. Again. We have guys who are just playing for the money and not playing for the style and the scheme of Ty Lue. We got guys who are mad that they're on the bench and they should be starting when they should be on the bench. We got guys who are on the bench who don't know how to play on the bench because they're role players out of their context. All that said, Kevin Love is sitting there saying, you know who's to blame? It's really LeBron. And this is unfair to LeBron, but because LeBron is the reason why they're championship contenders, he's also the reason that they may fail. LeBron James can easily solve all of these issues by just committing one way or the other. I'm not saying commit to Cleveland.
Yes,
say, I am leaving. And that's the issue, and that's the pressure put on him. Much is given, much is expected, and that's what LeBron's position.
Marcellus, this scenario you speak of, infighting, LeBron not committing, That's been Cleveland this entire time. This is not new news. I think this is a hangover for his performance during the NBA Finals last year, especially in Game 3 when they really needed Kevin Love. Kevin didn't necessarily show up on the stat sheet.
How could this be a hangover from that?
Because that was a critical game for them. They were down 0-2. They go back
That's not the only reason. They lost in 5.
I understand that, but if they win Game 3 because Kevin shows up and they win Game 4, we have a different series, a different conversation. It's an if.
Get it, mama.
I think it's a hangover from that. But with all that being said, I think there are two things happening. Number one, they thought they were drafting a great player. They have a very good player. There is a difference in the two when it comes to Kevin Love. And then the second thing is I blame LeBron James, but not for the reasons that you speak of. I blame because when you look at this roster, and part of the reason why it's handcuffed and owed is because they hooked up the people that LeBron just advocated for.
Yeah, his buddies.
When you take a look at the contracts and the numbers that are going out there, especially some of the players that are really difficult to move, you begin to see why I blame LeBron James for this, because he greenlighted all this money. Tristan Thompson.
Hey, hold on. Those are some champions. All those guys are champions.
Settle down. Settle down. Jack Haley's a champion.
And they're going against a dynasty right now.
That's a lot of money tied to guys who are in a lot of ways one-dimensional, like Tristan Thompson, like JR. And also, it's a lot of guys who don't want to be brought on by other teams. What does that mean? You don't have trade partners.
Like, I don't want to knock a dude for hooking his friends up, right?
Yeah.
That's an admirable thing that he has the ability to do. However, when it comes time to pointing fingers, you kind of have to.
Don't y'all turn this into a monetary conversation. This is about personalities. And you're talking about Kevin Love and the hangover effect. They all been marginalized by today's context. Let's be real. Ty Lue, his job is not secure because of today, not because of last year in the finals. J.R. Smith, who was out there in the starting lineup, who forgot how to shoot from the finals on outside of a couple of games, right? Yeah. And then he gets benched because Dwayne Wade shows up. We got Tristan Thompson, who's in a role position.
Told you that curse was real.
Kardashian curse.
Told you it was real. He denied the curse.
He's trying to figure that out.
It's 100% real.
I don't think this is about money. I think this is about guys who are trying to get acclimated to a new position.
Yeah, but as long as you're talking about a salary cap, it's always about money a little bit.
And
like that, you can't get out of it.
And part of the reason why it's difficult to move some of these players is because of the money. People would be willing to take some of those players if they were cheaper.
If LeBron committed...
Who's $30 million on J.R. Smith right now?
Some fool in the NBA, but nobody's smart. But if he were to commit one way or the other...
I agree with that.
You can solve all these issues.
That's a big deal.
That's the crux of the
time now for going places. Presented by Toyota. Last night in New Orleans, Anthony Davis and Boogie Cousins dominated the Bulls. Davis had 34 points, but Boogie put up a monster 44 points, 24 rebounds, and 10 assists. Now the first player with 3 40-point, 20-rebound games in a season since Moses Malone in 81-82. He also joins this list as one of only 5 players with ridiculous numbers. I mean, that is a hell of a list, LZ. Better big man right now, Boogie or the Brow?
Oh, this was so difficult. So difficult. But I'm giving the edge to Boogie for one reason and one reason only. What's the best ability?
Availability.
And whether it's factual or not, the image is that Anthony Davis is a little bit more fragile.
Little knick-knacks.
Knick-knack sort of injuries than Boogie. When you look at what they can do from inside, from outside, I mean, Boogie's giving you 5 dimes a game. People think he's being selfish, but at 5 dimes a game, it's really hard to make that argument. It's just about the fact that
I voted him as a starter, and I feel very smart right now. Yeah, no, I feel like I've been completely justified in picking him over Anthony Davis.
Let me say this. Which one has y'all over here off camera shooting?
High five, high five.
Y'all are ignorant.
We know ball, y'all. We know ball.
I have to work with both of these guys. Y'all are crazy. It's Anthony Davis. You know why? No. Because both guys are amazing.
By the way, this is a great choice.
Thank you. Like, I almost want you to go first and pick who you want so I get the other guy. And you did. And I want the other guy. I want Anthony Davis. I can't go wrong. That said, since we're having this argument, we have to split hairs. Here's the thing. Who has a higher ceiling? Just be real. Anthony Davis.
That's fine.
Anthony Davis was a former point guard who grew overnight and turned into a center forward point guard who is such a hybrid in this game that he's unstoppable. Now, the only thing that stops him is his health concerns or his issues and availability, which is a big thing. But
and the ceiling of his team. I mean, let's be honest. If we could rescue both of them and put them on actual contenders.
Like Cleveland.
No. The conversation right now is Boston. Now,
that would be amazing.
I've heard Boston, Anthony Davis, right? Just imagine what that is.
Oh, I love it.
It would be insane with Boogie, but if it's Anthony Davis, it's even more. Just because He's a little more pliable in terms of scheme. He's a little more athletic in terms of diversity and where you can put him by position. So I have to go slight edge to Anthony Davis, despite those monster numbers.
It's a nice problem to have.
It's a really good problem to have.
And they got that problem.
Let's talk a little pettiness.
Oh, I like that.
Rockets beat the Warriors on Saturday. After the game, Clint Capella boldly proclaimed the Rockets are a better team. Yesterday after practice, Kevin Durant took exception when asked about Capella's comments. Take a listen.
You hear that from the guys like Capella, usually he's catching the ball and laying it up from CP or James Harden. So his job is not as hard. I mean, when your job is that hard, you know you can't just come out there and say, you know what I'm saying? So I don't expect that from CP and James, and Reza, and the rest of the guys, because they know how hard it is to come out there and do that every night. Capella, I mean, catch and dunk every night, so it's pretty easy.
Well, okay, it's taking a shot at Capella. Seems a little lowbrow.
I don't think he's took a shot at him.
I'm sorry?
I think Capella started it. Don't start now, won't be none. He's the one that came out and said we're better than them.
But you're Kevin Durant. You're arguably, if not now, about to be the best player in the league. Why do you keep punching down?
Ooh, punch it down.
Every single time.
Punching down is a catchphrase for outsiders. Punch it down.
Am I an insider?
I thought you were, but you keep saying stuff like that.
He's punching down.
This is the problem. We forget what competition is. We forget what the spirit of competition is. When you step on a practice field, amongst friends, amongst teammates, how dare you, bench warmer, talk about me, the starter? We gonna go at it at practice. How dare you, someone else in the league who's not on my level? Meek Mill said there's levels to this, and you are not on my level.
You just quote Meek Mill?
I did.
Really did.
Meek Mill. So the thing about it
Really
is,
weird.
if you're Capella, you have to understand who you're shooting at. And you're shooting.
Right, but it makes sense for him to shoot up. Everyone should always fight up.
And you stay mute if you're at the top?
Yeah, because you're the best. You are the best.
Your game can speak for you, but you know what speaks also? Those words.
Your anonymous Twitter account where you spend all day like talking to people in baseball.
It was a mistake.
I'm not mad at that. Yeah, we can't take the competitor out of him. You can't do those moments where we get mad at Richard Sherman for telling Michael Crabtree you're mediocre. That's punching down.
It's punching down.
But you know what? That's how competition is.
It's entertaining, and it's all part of what makes sports so much fun. I don't have a problem with either one of the guys yapping because you're supposed to yap. There's a mic in your face. You just came up a big win. Celebrate that. We'll see you come to the NBA Finals.
Right.
Conference finals.
For sure.
Yeah. Conference finals for those two. But this whole thing where we get all bent out of shape when someone punches down, forget you. Nobody told you don't be a Malcolm Capella.
I agree with you. Look, do you know how long it has taken me to get to this point in my life where I'm enlightened enough to understand that I don't need to fight every single person who says something to me?
Yeah.
That's all I want for Kevin Durant. He's the best. He's the top of the totem pole in his chosen industry. You know, let Clint Capella have a minute. They had a nice little win. It was happy. Everyone was happy. He's having a good year.
If he puts something on his new shoe, then you're right. But right now...
And he will, and you know it's coming.
I need you to trust yourself. Go back to your essence.
You want me to fight everyone on Twitter again?
Not that.
No, not fun for anybody. A little different. Although I was very good at it. Let's do some Jerry.
Only people in the business. All right?
Jerry and Grant. Oh, they wouldn't dare. Bulls, Pelicans.
Yeah. What would you
Where's the point, LZ?
I mean, do you take something off? 40. He played 2 overtimes. Does that count?
No, it was a game.
It's a game. It's like a game and a half.
Probably dehydrated a little bit, too, if you think about it.
He needs to
2 cheers for Karl Anthony Towns, Wolves, Clippers. Clippers.
Yeah, we lost yesterday.
No, but you know what?
We look good.
Showing some moxie.
We are.
Showing some moxie.
All right, Big Cat.
Crappy little bunch. Yeah, Big Cat came back to L.A.
Don't worry about it.
It happens.
It happens. 3 cheers. 3 of them.
3?
For Kyle Young, Nebraska, Ohio State. All right, let me see.
What's going on?
It's an alley-oop fail. Oh, that actually takes luck.
It does.
KYP, bro. Know your personnel.
You know what? That kid gave it his all. You stopped ripping on 25.
Pick one. Hit the rim or catch the ball.
He looked like me trying to do that. Coming up next, who's more important to the Pats? Is it Belichick or Brady? Was that hit on Gronk dirty? I got a lot of questions. Former Patriot and Hall of Fame finalist Ty Law will answer them.
A Hall of Famer, Sports Nation.
I feel my heart kicked in like right on time. I feel my vibe kicked in like...
I see trees of green, red roses